Hey you guys, welcome to your weekend edition Love and General reading. This is for the element of water. So if you are Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, these messages are for you for the weekend of November the 4th through the 6th, 2022. So I want to thank all of you for your love and support. Keep in mind these are generals, so they may or may not resonate. Hopefully you get some clarity. If you're wanting to book a reading, be sure to email me for a price list if you don't already have it. If you want to reach me by phone, it's a separate process, so make sure you're registered at bill per call. Paid communications. Request your call back. If I don't get back to you that day, I'll get back to you within a 7-day time frame. And then also be sure to check me out on Patreon for monthly Venus sign readings and check me out on TikTok. Okay, so we have the overall energy as the 8 of Cups. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the Magician. We have the Hierophant. The 5 of Swords. The King of Swords. The Knight of Swords. And the Fool. Okay. So something's going on where I feel like you are maybe confused about some things, and I feel that you're also feeling very emotional, and so you may not be seeing things clearly. You may need to take a step back and really view things objectively before you make some sort of decision, because I feel that there's a lot of emotions that are clouding your judgment. And you also may be trying to cover something up. Maybe you're trying to wear a mask or pretend like, everything's okay when it's not. Also just seems like there's something that maybe you're trying to manifest. I'm getting like chaos. Like it seems like either you are creating a lot of chaos or you are surrounded by a lot of chaos. It just seems like there are some sort of heavy emotional things that you're going through some sort of changes or transformations. I don't know. It seems too like maybe you're not sure of what you want. I don't know. There may be just like several things going on in your life and you can't quite pinpoint what's eating at you, what's bothering you. Maybe there's a little bit of loneliness. Maybe you are wanting to live a fantasy life, but you're not living that fantasy life. Or maybe you want your dream job, or you thought you would have like this perfect or ideal relationship. It just seems like you don't really have a foundation right now. It kind of seems like maybe you're floating or drifting in a sense and not really sure of, where you're headed. And then, like I said, keep in mind, this can also maybe be the chaos that I'm picking up that's happening around you, dealing with a lot of emotional people, people that are drunk. I feel like maybe someone is also trying to escape or run away. So there's a lot of forms of escapism. For some, it could be drinking. For others, maybe it's just about watching movies all day. Maybe it's about sleeping all day. I do feel like you are trying to fulfill some sort of void. It's like you can't pinpoint exactly what's wrong. I don't know too if someone is being diagnosed with something like seasonal depression or anxiety, bipolar. Definitely could be that someone is being diagnosed with some things. You also might be thinking about going to see a therapist for something as well. Or maybe you work as a therapist and so you're just like dealing with a lot of these energies. Maybe that is part of your occupation. Seems like there's a lot of things that are going to be revealed to you as well. Either people are going to be like revealing their hidden feelings, or you are. But I feel like the truth is going to be coming out. There are some changes coming into your life as well. So I'm seeing like 55. Usually that indicates this there's some sort of changes coming. I always feel like there's some sort of frustration with that though, because I feel that the ego is fighting with these changes. The ego believes one thing and change is like, no. Or like that was true for then, it's not true now. Like there's something going on where maybe you're being resistant towards some sort of changes that are happening to you. I feel like somebody also might want to like start a fight with somebody for trying to help you. Like maybe somebody's trying to give you advice, even like the doctor. And it's kind of like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like you might feel very defensive if somebody's trying to help you. Or maybe something is like fighting words. I don't know. But there could be some sort of literal argument going on between you and someone who is in authority, unless this is happening towards you. Maybe even like a teacher and arguing with your teacher about a grade. So it just seems like there's going to be some sort of challenges in regards to people's standards, beliefs. Something could be a matter of opinion, or I don't know. I just kind of feel like you could really be going at it with someone who's considered to be an authoritative figure, or someone who's supposed to be like respected. If it's not necessarily arguments, then it's just internal disagreements and just like refusing to communicate or speak to the person. As far as relationships, I feel like maybe there's an issue with commitment. Like it's hard to commit because of some sort of traditional beliefs that people hold. They might be too opposing, or something is clashing, and it's like, well, how can we have a foundation in a relationship if you don't believe in my core beliefs and I don't believe in yours? So there could be some serious belief clashes. And usually when I get this, I feel like somebody's got to take the high road, but it just kind of looks like both parties are like, I'm not taking a high road. You take it. You take it. So I don't know. And then it just may, if it's not anyone in particular, it's just in general, some sort of beliefs that you don't agree with. Anything that is supposed to be like structure or some sort of system, I feel like you're against it. You're like, well, I don't, just because everybody's doing that, I don't want to do that. I don't believe in that. I don't want to submit to that. So I feel like you are challenging the system in a way. Could also be something at work. If you're wanting to be promoted, I feel like there's a couple of things going on. If you want to be promoted, I kind of feel that there's other competitive energies all fighting for that same position. It also seems like maybe there is some sort of favoritism going on, and that may be why someone is blocking you from moving up. It might be a personal issue and they're saying it's not, but that might be a personal issue why someone is not, promoting you. It seems too like you could be having some sort of clash with air signs. So that's Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and maybe Taurus. Somebody also may be getting called out for being phony or like a fraud. Okay, I feel like in a custody situation, like maybe someone is making threats in regards to a child. Like, if you don't do this, then you can't see your child. If you don't do this, then we're going to court. And this can be coming from a man or a woman. But in this case, it does seem like it's more of a masculine energy that is making threats about the child, and wanting to have custody. Or someone is being petty. Someone might be dangling the child in your face, or like there's something going on. I feel like eventually you just decide to ignore any type of pettiness or negative energy. I feel like you're choosing to just like ignore it or detach from it. You're like, I'm done with this. You do seem like you might feel like a loner or like an alien, like nobody gets you. And I kind of feel too like somebody is like a child and wanting to run away from home. Just wanting to run away, just like I should just pack my things and leave. Yeah. Also, could be some challenges going on with your faith, your spiritual beliefs. Maybe you are deciding to leave a spiritual community or a traditional church or mosque. It does seem like maybe you just have to find yourself. I feel like what's happening too is that you actually might be growing and evolving. And so you're just basically like fighting with yourself because you're changing. Yep, you're doing some soul searching. And it looks like any type of like research you're doing, there's something that is bothering you about what you're learning. I feel like you're resistant to accept something. And it looks like if you're in school, like I said, it's like you might be challenging your professor, teacher, guru even. It's possible that you are being passed up, like because you're being judged for something. So like say you're looking for a job or you got the interview, but you haven't heard anything. It might be because they are like digging deep into, you know, the internet trying to find out any type of information that they can about you, and maybe they come across something like they done found your old MySpace. like what is this? Like, oh, this is what they believe. You know, maybe they, even if your Facebook is private, they done scrolled all the way down to find something. They just finding something that doesn't sit right with them. You also could be getting into arguments in regards to your political beliefs. One person is telling you to vote and you feel like you don't believe in the voting system, and you know, it just definitely could be fights about that. Be careful about tattoos that you're getting. I don't know, I kind of feel like somebody is claiming to be a professional, but then, you know, your tattoo comes out looking just so wrong. So maybe hold off on getting any tattoos, especially if it's like emotionally driven. Like you didn't really think it out. You're just like, I'm going to get a tattoo. I feel like I need this. Like, just, you might want to wait. Somebody is coming off as manipulative and maybe being called out for it. I feel like there's also a lot of finger pointing and blame games coming out. Yeah. Something also might drive you to start your own, not revolution, but you know, your own something. It is kind of like you're being pushed to your limit on something. And I feel like you're fed up with it. So you feel like, you know what, I'm just going to go start my own, whatever. Maybe you don't like something going on at your job and it forces you to go ahead and just start your own. Maybe there's even something going on in a group, a Facebook group, and you're like, oh, I'm tired of being, you know, reported. I'm going to start my own group. You know, it seems like something happens where you decide that you want to start your own group or your own business, so that you can attract like-minded people. I just kind of feel like somebody is like, that's a shame or that's too bad. But it is what it is. You also might be going through something with your parents or your elders, because I kind of feel like somebody's saying something about, oh, I used to change your diapers, or I raised you, or I took care of you as a baby. Like, I kind of feel like something like that may be going on. All right, so let's look at some energy cards for additional messages. All right. What additional messages are there for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Financial constraints, all tied up, the garden and the gate, overall energy, angel of love. Okay, so it seems like something is weighing heavily on your heart, and maybe you feel underappreciated. Maybe you're feeling like nobody cares. It just seems like you are trying to heal your heart. And maybe it's hurting you because you don't have enough money. There's a lack of something in your life right now. It's like there's an area of your life that is lacking. You could be lacking in finances. You could be lacking in love. You could be lacking in something health related, some sort of deficiency. It's kind of like suffering in silence. You also might be needing help, but at the same time not really saying anything and feeling like people should read your mind. You might also feel like you have no control over something, or like you're just stuck in your situation, or you don't know how to get out of it, or in order for you to get out of your current situation, like you need money. So you might be feeling, constrained or just overwhelmed. And it looks like you do want to leave, you want to run away, you want to get out. You are a little hesitant. And I say like you should be, like I said, don't make any emotional decisions. Like wait until all this heavy emotion passes so that you can, make a clear decision. But it does look like you are questioning whether or not you should leave or, go on to this, greener side that you're looking at. I feel like if after all the emotional turmoil passes and you still feel the same, then yeah, go for it. But just try to hold off right now. I just feel like somebody wants to leave their situation and they can't. Or they feel like they're stuck. And even if you are trapped in your situation, I feel that, or if there's some sort of barrier up, the barrier is not that strong. Like you can easily still break free of whatever is going on. But it does seem like you are thinking about greener pastures. You're questioning things. It seems like, too, you're trying to listen to your heart or your intuition, but you just feel like lost or empty or like you can't hear it. Especially if you're normally intuitive, you're like, well, I normally know what to do, but I don't know. I feel like that's doubt though. Like, you know, go back to what you initially feel like you should do, and, you know, don't allow fear to stop you from pushing forward with what you really want to do. Especially like if it is to pursue some sort of a dream, because that's what it was looking like earlier in the reading that you wanted to pursue a dream, but maybe felt like you couldn't for whatever reason. I don't know. I just feel like maybe you need to think outside the box. But, you know, hopefully these energies pass. You know, try to meditate, try to, you know, just clear your energy, try to relax until you have some sort of answers or clarity. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.